Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Sport Federation TV, where we, of course, every week take a look at what's happening with the world of sport in the Western Cape. A nice full show for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at life-saving. We're going to go back to equestrian sports. We'll find out what's happening in the world of transplant sports and a number of other activities, including boxing. They had their Western Cape boxing championships, of course, in George last week. But in on the line with me now, I've got Denielle Dercksen from Equestrian Sports. Denielle, welcome to Sport Federation TV.
Thank you, JP, for having me.
First time for us to have you. Firstly, congratulations on your Protea colors, and you're going to have to explain to us more about saddle racing.
So, saddle seat equitation, that's our discipline in the equestrian world. And yeah, so we are fortunate enough to participate in the Saddle Seat World Cup this year. After 3 years of no competitions due to COVID, we have the World Cup and International Test Series happening in July in the United States. So, looking forward to travel again.
So just tell us a little bit about saddle seat equitation. Let's start off in the Western Cape. What does that mean? Can you explain it to us?
So, saddle seat equitation is a specific discipline of riding, and we do that in the Western Cape. So, we have our agricultural shows where it actually happens, and then we have a series of trials where the Western Cape team is selected, and the Western Cape team then participates at the national trial selection where they get Protea colors. So yeah, we have quite a lot of participation the last few years in the Western Cape. I mean, we have 10 riders who participated at the national event for saddle seats, and 7 of those got their Protea colors. So we are very excited about this enormous growth and support.
So before we go overseas, tell us a little bit more about saddle equitation. I mean, we know about gymkhana, we know about show jumping, we know about tent pegging, we even know about mounted archery, all these different equestrian sports. How does saddle equitation work? What does that mean? What do you have to do?
So we normally compare it with dressage because you know that patterns they also do in dressage with the figure of eights and the serpentines and the circles. We also do that, but a different kind of seat. So the riders get judged by the seat. There's a specific way you need to sit and specific elements that need to be close to perfect. And then as well your horsemanship, how well you ride the horse and how well the horse performs, and then how well you execute that pattern. Each element, every little thing gets scored, and then that makes up. So it's very technical, it's very delicate, precision. So it's not as adventurous as show jumping, but it's quite difficult, and that's where the hard work comes in.
So do you do it to music, you and your horse?
No,
No,
no
no music.
music.
We saw that at the Olympics. We saw um,
Yeah,
the music coordination. So you don't do that, okay? And tell us a little bit
no.
about the training and the preparation for the saddle seat equitation. How much work do you have to put in behind the scenes?
So if you start with saddle seat equitation, it takes a lot of hard work to get your seat the way it needs to be. So that's months and years of training to get your seat the correct way, and then you need to start develop your skills. You need to start practicing the certain elements that can be asked in a pattern, and you need to perfect that. And that's yeah, continuous work, hard work throughout the year. Even though our competitions are only at the end of the year with the nationals in April, you need to work weekly,
Yeah.
few times a week, to maintain that.
So you guys have got Protea colors now. I mean, you're going overseas now to, I believe it is the World Championships.
Yes, so the Saddle Seat World Cup is held every 2 years, and this year it will be held in Harrodsburg, Kentucky.
Right. And so, and there's about 7 or 8 of you from the Western Cape that has achieved this accomplishment.
Yeah, so Protea Colors, we have senior Protea Colors, over 18, and also under 18 junior Protea Colors. And we have 7 riders in total competing in the World Cup from the Western Cape, which is quite a lot because there's only 6 riders in a team. So 3 in the junior team and 4 in the senior team is quite the majority. So that's, yeah, very well done to the Western Cape Saddle Seats Committee.
Yeah, well, we know that Western Cape is always ahead of the game. So what does that mean for you guys now when you go there? Do you operate as a team or do you compete individually?
So we do operate as a team. You get scored individually, but at the end of the day, the 5 best scores count for the team's score. So it's quite interesting. People normally ask, do you take your horses with? But no, we don't. And it's like a lottery style drawing with the horses there, and you need to match that horses to your rider. And that's how you compete. And then the 5 best scores count over the course of 2 days for the winning country.
So you would never have had a chance to practice or train on the horse that you're meeting then for the first time?
No, so we meet the horses over there, and then each team only have 20 minutes to suit horses and match horses for 6 riders per team. And after that 20 minutes, the next day you have to compete. So your skills and your horsemanship, you must practice on various different horses to be able to ride that horse in the competition. So that's very difficult, but it's also very exciting and interesting to be able to compete on different horses you don't even know.
And tell me, Denielle, before you guys go overseas, do you have a chance to maybe do a bit of team building or compete or get together and strategize? Do you have a team coach?
Yeah. So we have a team coach and team manager for each team, and it's mandatory to have a training camp before we go abroad. So our training camp will be in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And then the coaches can also work individually with the riders, get to know them better, and we can strategize and see what horses we will draw, how would we match it, and what will be our strategy to get the best points for our team, and not individually.
And where have you got any idea where the training camp is? Have you guys prepped that already?
Yes, so the senior team will be in Standerton, up north, and the junior team will be here in Stellenbosch.
And what's the difference between a senior team and a junior team?
So it's the same with all Protea colors. I mean, a senior team can be of any age. There's no age restriction. You can be 30, you can be 50, you can be 18, you can be 16. And the junior team needs to be under 18 years.
Under 18, okay.
So at the national trial selection, the 6 best riders in each division get selected for the senior team. And thereafter, the junior team gets selected with the best following under 18 riders.
Denielle, it's been fantastic chatting with you. Well, I think we'll leave it at that. Of course, we hope to catch up with you guys before you go, so we understand a little bit about the team preparation. But congratulations on getting all the Western Cape athletes into the team and Protea colours and getting ready to go represent South Africa.
Thank you. It's an amazing opportunity, and we look forward to represent South Africa.
There we go, folks. Denielle Dercksen, team manager of the saddle seat equitation for Equestrian. They're heading overseas to go compete against the rest of the world and make South Africa proud. And of course, Western Cape athletes, again, dominating. Western Cape Equestrian really always doing so well. We'll take a break. When we come back, we carry on talking sport in the province. Back in a sec. Do not go away.